So, the blues. I wanted to, in this series of videos that I'm going to do, to really try to define, to talk about the essence of this music the way I see it. To try to define it, what is blues, what makes a piece of music blues, to talk about this music in the deepest way that I can, or at least a few main aspects of this beautiful music that we all love, with the hope that we can all understand it a little bit better after. So here we go. So I always like to start with free association, and really the first image that comes to mind for a lot of people when hearing the word blues is that of some kind of sad and depressing music, right? A sad song. The image is that of a hobo, a lonely person. He's walking around, he's alone in the street with a guitar, and he's singing these heartbreaking songs very soulfully about long gone lovers, about pain, about suffering, about poverty, about the hardships of life. Famous quotes like "the blues ain't nothing but a good man feeling bad" supports this perception of blues as primarily sad music. And actually this kind of view about the blues a lot of times goes way beyond any strict definitions of a musical genre into an abstract and universal definition. This view defines any kind of world music that has to do with pain and poverty and sort of belongs to the oppressed as blues. So flamenco music is often being thought of as Spanish gypsy blues, the rumbático as Greek blues, the tango as Argentinian blues. Really any kind of music that comes from below society and has to do with the hardships of living in poverty. However, this definition of blues as primarily and essentially sad music is very far from being accurate, at least in my view. Well, for one thing, we have a huge chunk of songs from the repertoire that we all define and agree that is definitely blues, that is not sad at all.
I dreamed I had a good job and I got well paid. I blew it
all. But more importantly, even when blues music really deals, and it happens a lot, when blues music deals with suffering and tragedies, very seldom does it dwell into sadness. This is hard to explain, but I think of blues music not as crying music, not as like dwelling into trouble music, but instead I think of it as overcoming the pain and the suffering. The blues protagonist stands still, they face the suffering. Sometimes they take an ironic look at troubles and pain. They overcome, they don't dwell in sadness. So if anything, I think the main emotional quality of the blues is not sad, but one that kind of embraces life to its fullest, with the hard times and the good times together, and kind of takes it all and celebrates all of it. So that's all for now about the blues as an emotional musical expression. In the next few videos, I'm going to talk about the more concrete musical aspects of the blues, like harmony and melody, and I'll try to define how they serve this emotional quality. So stay tuned, and I hope you liked it. See you next time.